All right. So let's. This is a. We're. How would. How are we going to make things using the language of creation, which is Hebrew? So the letters themselves are constructed. The they also carry meaning. So we're trying to go on a level that is obviously you need the Sabbath in order to be able to build using stuff like this. And we, throughout tradition, Jewish history, no matter if you're a believer or a non believer, there are stories of these kinds of feats, mental feats of creation. We're talking about the golems. A good book would be Moshe Idol's book on golems, and I think he's also in the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. I'm pretty sure he's secular. The work, and even Gershom Scholem was secular. I mean, I don't see any of them in tzitzit, and I don't see a head covering. I don't see a kippah or a skull cap or a yarmulke. So I don't see that. So I don't hold it against them or anything. But I mean, they carry the baton in the world, the knowledge baton. And I don't know. So anyway, so we see this beam of light, and we'll just basically work with that light. Basically, see where the light is? It looks like a beam. Beam. The beam goes out, the beam comes in. So we're working with a beam of light. And what we want to do is actually have that it's actually tangible, that you're able to touch it. I was freezing a fruit punch yesterday, and it didn't turn to ice, because I mean, I didn't keep it in there all. It didn't turn to ice, and it didn't turn to like slush. It almost had like this velvet quality to it. And I put it right in there in the freezer. So you can look at all different ways to impact things. So one of the things I want to do is kind of like the Iceman suit. You have like a bunch of rings, creation rings, and they go pulsating rings. That's how it would feel. Obviously, you have your footing, and you're good, and you go and you do that ice slide, or you could look at it as an electric slide, if you want to look at it like that on some level. On a level, golem play sets, living play sets using the Israel's living God's language of creation. That's what we'll be doing. So we want kids to have a good playtime and not have to be soldiers. And secular studies are okay, but I don't know. I would push for Hebrew in schools. You have Spanish, you have English. I mean, you have Spanish, you have French, which I both took, and then you have. Some places offer Latin. I, Latin mass, bypass and do Hebrew. I think the United States would benefit from that, And on top of that, that people are depositing requests and prayers at the crumbling Jerusalem wall, people. The walls are crumbling down. I wonder if the Jews, observant Jews, how they thought the eternal structures are going to be. I like the idea of the third temple because it's an eternal structure. I don't get caught up in Moshiach, yearning. I don't even know if I yearn for anything, frankly. But I think it's an easier sell to the world, a third temple, because it's for everybody. And we already talked about replacing one Cohen, one very masculine Cohen. Most masculine Cohen will not be serving in the temple, and I'll be taking his name, and we will thumb wrestle for it. So, no, I mean, that's a possibility too. But so I like the idea of an eternal structure because it's easier for people to think, oh, this structure will be here forever. Whereas Moshiach is, you know what happens with all the messiahs that Hashem sends. you know, they the people don't want them. They put them through the ringer and stuff, and sometimes they, well, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to open up those deep, deep spiritual wounds. And there were other movements too. And then there was a cute little, a U.S. movement, the little Moshiach. Oh, Moshiach is already here. Let's put the Rebbe everywhere and confuse people. I'm very upset with Chabad, and that's why I'm taking over. They're going to be bankrupt when I'm done with them. It's not going to be 770. It's going to be Peter's Street. I mean, Master Rabbi Shaiboy's Street, something like that. I'm taking over 770. They'll be like, good luck. Money talks. Keep it up. And as far as mental prowess is concerned, we've already covered my sexual prowess, which is undeniable. We have something for that. You know how they talked about the scent in the temple? It would be irresistible, and something irresistible. If you actually stop to think about the meaning of the word irresistible, well, we're taking it a step further, guys. We're going to introduce a scent that women will not be able to resist, and all of a sudden, without warning, the spiritual stick, and all of a sudden, just like that. Of course, well, I'm not going to sell it. They won't be able to do. They have to have, for it to be also activated, they have to have, the mezuzah and all that. So somebody can, it smells, it doesn't do anything. Oh, it doesn't do, but when I do it, when I use it, ladies, watch out. Men, this is a good time to purchase Golem Productions lady leashes. Lady leashes. They already started wearing collars. I never liked that look. I thought it was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like the collars on women. There's a lot of things I don't like about women. Good thing it's not their final form. And you can tell what kind of women are out there when you look at like those fashion shows. And the newest one is just like, they're getting a thickness to them that I don't know if I really like. Whatever happened to the Fran Drescher figure? Where did that go? Women, and all of a sudden they're on stage, everything is just like, and it's just like, the quality is, I guess Hashem is trying to keep, you can see what kind of people they are. I mean, they're urbanized, and their choice of music. Let it flow. Everybody, I'm going to get it in the right verb, everything in the right word, and everything we're going to do it, and you've heard, and everything about it. We're going to bust the rhyme. Should I apologize for that? I actually kind of like that. I'm just kind of enjoying it in the moment. There's three times: past, present, and then the future. And you can, if you're good with prophecy and you're on that Shabbos cycle, you can actually get information in advance. For me, it's not specific. It's not like, okay, Roger, this place there's going to be da-da-da. But you have some precognition, which is different than foresight. Precognition, which is different than foresight. And yes, Asia, you will have to remove the foreskin to get these elevated mentalities. So do you take out foreskin? You get greater. Okay, we show you. I'm Master Rabbi Shaiboy of Golem Productions. Thank you for bearing with me. We apologize if you don't like this, but we hope to change the world. Something's got to change other than the prices, other than the increasing prices and the bottom line, which we look at every night. See, some people have a bottom line and have to budget it. I don't even have a bottom line to budget. My line is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now back to meditating on my hand.